Hello from Chicago, Alan Knuckman high above the trading floor here at the CME Group, talking energy with the focus on crude oil. After the Friday fall, everybody was focused on what crude was going to do today, ended up finishing in the positive, but there's a bit of a story there. So what we saw last week was a series of lower highs. 48.40 was a high on Wednesday, a lower high on Thursday, and a lower high on Friday before the fall. Now today the markets did decline initially, but bottomed out at 47 here at the 9 o'clock hour. Essentially from that time it was straight up. Now 47, as we've talked about time and time again, is a significant pivot. That's the halfway mark of the $42 to $52 move that we saw back in May. So we've been seeing trade fluctuate on both sides. Now, last month there were only 3 sessions below that 47 level, and then it bounced back up one more time. And last week it looked like we were going to make an attempt on that 50, but not so fast, a little bit more unwinding. So today's finish today was up 50 cents at $48. The high was $48.25. That 47 is important because we hadn't tested that since September the 1st. So again, that is something to watch on a weekly basis as far as the crude price goes. Now everybody's focused on the hurricanes and the storms, obviously. We had Harvey and Irma over the weekend. Now the good news is that there was less damage than had been expected. Now the markets had looked for about a $190 billion estimate of loss and ended up being $50 billion. So a little bit better than expected. So we have a positive asset reaction today. But the question is, how is that going to impact crude oil and energy? It's going to be a demand issue from here on out, obviously with what's happened in Houston and what's happened throughout Florida now. What does that do for demand destruction? But what's interesting is the fact that people continue to focus on what's happening in Houston more so because on a per capita basis, they have twice the oil consumption in Texas because of refining and petrochemicals. So it has much bigger impact on the oil market itself, even though it looks like more people were directly impacted by the Irma storm initially. Also to keep an eye on, the rumor mill today had reported talk of Saudi Arabia discussing extending its oil output cut beyond the March deadline here. So that could be an underlying support thread to keep an eye on in the markets. Additionally, we've seen gasoline prices continue to fall down to $1.60 for the futures contract there. That's after the high was made at $178 on September the 1st. So essentially a straight down move. But this has not caused a breakout or breakdown in the crude market. We're still solidly stuck between 47, keep talking about that, and $50 on the upside. Wait for price to make a move. Something to watch. The dollar index continues to decline. There has support down at 90. Now, the last time the dollar was at 90, crude was above 55. So something to keep an eye on. Steady on the day. After making new lows at 47, crude oil closed at $48, up 50 cents.